রাষ্ট্রীয় অতিথি ভবন পদ্মায় পররাষ্ট্র সচিব মাসুদ বিন মোমেন এবং মার্কিন আন্ডার সেক্রেটারি উজরা জেয়ার যৌথ সংবাদ সম্মেলন চলছে। সরাসরি যাচ্ছে সেখানে।
The regular engagements between our two countries, including in the form of exchange of high-level visits from both the governments and also the people-to-people contacts. We have discussed issues pertaining to the protracted Rohingya crisis, including the humanitarian support and repatriation. Under Secretary Ms. Zeya shared her experience from her visit to the Rohingya camps yesterday. I also told her how much Bangladesh has achieved over the past decade in labor reforms, including improving workers' safety and rights, and assured that the works around the labor sector is going on in full swing as worker rights are high in the agenda of the current government, thanks to the passionate support and leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. We have also discussed and exchanged our views on matters related to civil rights and upcoming national elections. We also talked about collaborations in the civilian security, including trafficking in person. I have reiterated our request the Undersecretary for the withdrawal of the U.S. sanctions on RAB. I am really glad that my esteemed colleagues from the Public Security Division, Law and Justice Division, Ministry of Disaster Management and Relief, and Ministry of Labour and Employment joined me in today's meeting. This morning, Undersecretary Zeya called on Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, where they had fruitful discussions. Later, she also met Honorable Law Minister and Honorable Home Minister. I thank Ms. Uzra Zeya and her team for the visit. Thank you. Would you like to come here because all these...
Thank you, Mr. Foreign Secretary, for your kind hospitality. I was pleased to meet today with the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Law Minister Anisul Haq, Home Minister Abdul Azam Khan, and Foreign Secretary Masood bin Momen to discuss the excellent partnership our two nations have built over the last 5 decades. The United States looks forward to deepening our engagement with Bangladesh over the next 50 years and beyond. Our cooperation on climate change, development, the economy, humanitarian assistance, and security shows the range of our strong partnership and future potential. During today's meetings, I expressed the gratitude of the United States to Bangladesh for hosting nearly 1 million Rohingya refugees in Cox's Bazar, which I visited yesterday. The United States has provided more than $2.1 billion in humanitarian assistance to support refugees and host communities in Bangladesh and the region since August 2017. To that end, I am proud to announce that the United States is providing more than $74 million in additional funding to support humanitarian response efforts in Burma and Bangladesh. This includes nearly $61 million to support Rohingya internally displaced in Burma, as well as Rohingya refugees living here in Bangladesh and Bangladeshi host community members. The United States urges continued support by other donors and potential donors, and we support efforts to create the conditions for eventual, safe, dignified, informed, and voluntary return of Rohingya, conditions that do not currently exist. In my meetings with the government of Bangladesh partners today, we also discussed the need for free and fair elections, the ability of journalists to report the news without fear of retaliation or intimidation, collaboration to combat trafficking in persons, and the vital role that civil society plays in democracies, advancing respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms, including freedoms of expression and association. A prosperous future depends on strong democratic institutions and the broad participation of Bangladeshis in elections and the governance of their country. The United States looks forward to continued collaboration supporting an inclusive, democratic Bangladesh in which all the people of Bangladesh can thrive. Thank you.
Excellency, my name is Rahid Azaz. I represent Bangladeshi. So my question partly directly to our Foreign Secretary, Mr. Masud bin Momen, and partly to Undersecretary Zeya. As we witness when you US appreciate Bangladesh's generosity for hosting Rohingyas, but unfortunately we are overstayed by the Rohingya refugees as there is no headway in the repatriation. When we are moving towards the move by repatriation, there is a question by the West and others whether that is feasible or not. That time has come to do so. So, what precisely you discuss on this particular point? And to Other Secretary Zia, after meeting Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, you mentioned that you look forward for the free and fair election for the thriving democracy of Bangladesh. So, you touched upon the issue with the Honorable Prime Minister, Law Minister, Home Minister, as well as the Foreign Secretary. Are you convinced the way that we are also hoping for free and fair election?
No, I mean, of course, we discussed all the options regarding, pathway to move forward for this Rohingya crisis, and one of them is our tripartite move to repatriate a small number of Rohingyas. We updated them about the latest situation. They appreciated our concerns also, and shared some of their thoughts how to move forward. So we will be in touch with them. Obviously, we will not do anything to harm the refugees or the Rohingyas that we have who have been welcomed in Bangladesh and are here for the last 6 years. Thank you.
Thank you. And on this point, I would just commend the government and people of Bangladesh's generosity in supporting the Rohingya and the foreign secretaries reaffirming their commitment against forced return. On the question of free and fair elections, I heard a strong commitment from the Honorable Prime Minister and all of the government ministers with whom I had the pleasure to meet today in support of free and fair and peaceful elections. And the United States, as part of our global human rights policy, supports free and fair and peaceful elections, and we want to do our part as a longtime partner of Bangladesh to help make this possible.
Because there's a perception that if election is not fair, then the US is going to take strong measures against Bangladesh. So, what about you? What is the comment?
Perhaps I'll just answer your question quickly. I come here in recognition of the importance of our partnership with Bangladesh and to underscore the U.S. desire to deepen that partnership in support of our vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific anchored in resilience that is more resilient, more connected, more secure, and more prosperous. So I would say I would not characterize the discussions as you described them, and I think we had a constructive, productive, and engaging discussions. And I would say yesterday we witnessed large political rallies that were thankfully free of serious violence, and I think this is a good harbinger that we would like to see replicated. Thank you. This will be the last one.
The two opposition parties, the two major parties are in two corners about the election time government. And they even declined to sit in a dialogue. What is your position about holding a dialogue between the two parties? Do you have any
initiative to make any dialogue between the political parties?
I would say that, the questions of the timetable of the elections, that is for Bangladesh to decide. We are all for dialogue, but we do not have any direct involvement in what you described. Thank you.
Thank you.
রাষ্ট্রীয় অতিথি ভবন পদ্মায় গণমাধ্যমের সঙ্গে কথা বলছিলেন উজরা জেয়া। আমরা এতক্ষণ সরাসরি যুক্ত ছিলাম সেখানে।